Hey there, and welcome to the Do Life Big podcast. This podcast is going to be your jam if you want to live to your full potential and don't believe in half-assing anything in your life. If we want to do life big, that means we've got to get out of our own way because we only have this one shot to make it awesome. I'm your host, Kathy, and I'm a mom of three whose BFF is cold brew, a retired school teacher turned online entrepreneur, and an author. I'm loud, bold, and will always keep it real. I'm determined to live my best freaking life possible, and I'm here to help you do the same. I'll be packing this podcast with tips, motivation, inspiration, and strategies to finally get you where you want to go. And we will have a ton of laughter along the way because, let's be honest, we can't ever take ourselves too seriously, right? I'm so excited you are here with me today. Now let's get this party started. My friend, what is up, and welcome back to another episode of Do Life Big. Today is going to be a really awesome episode because if you're listening to this in real time, I am just coming back from a really powerful event that I attended in Denver, Empower Her Live, and it was absolutely freaking incredible. Like, I am still on a high coming off of this event. Now, a little side note here. I was a little nervous going back to Denver because coming from sea level in Florida to the mountains, I usually get really bad altitude sickness. I mean, so sick. And I was so sick the last time that I visited Denver. I'm talking in bed all day and night with the biggest headache, feeling like I was going to throw up. So this time I was extra prepared. My friend that I met there brought me this little oxygen tank thing that she could get from Walmart for me. I brought tons of electrolytes and I drank tons of water. And thank God I felt fine the entire 3 days while I was there. So back to the event. So this event was really for anyone who was looking to network and get inspired and be supported by other like-minded people who just want to live their best freaking life possible. So there were some podcasters there, just like myself, that I got to meet some really awesome connections. There were a lot of other online business owners there, but there were also just a lot of other people who were kind of stuck in this weird place in their life right now where they knew they were in this position of their lives where they needed to pivot and make a decision to do something because they weren't fulfilled, or they just knew that they weren't on the right path, but they just needed that extra clarity and validation and support. And so many breakthroughs there for everyone that I talked to. And you truly just come back and out of this event as a different person. It is just amazing when you can get to these events in person live. I try to do this once a quarter because you just can't bottle it up and bring it home and explain it to people just how impactful it is on your life and on your business. So that power of community and being surrounded by other people who won't judge you and will just accept you for who you are is just an incredible energy and feeling to be around. So I have a boatload of notes from all 3 days. I am a note taker, and I wanted to talk about this one topic that really stuck out to me. And I'm going to take the theme of it and put it into this podcast. And it was a speech that Trent Shelton gave. Now, if you don't know Trent used to be an NFL player, but he's gone on to be like one of the best motivational speakers and mindset mentors out there. You can go check him out and follow him on Instagram. But he talked all about protecting your inner peace. His whole theme and his whole position of where he is in life right now is about the importance of protecting your inner peace. And so today's episode is all about protecting your inner peace. And I'm going to give you 5 ways that you can protect your inner peace starting today. I could just really relate to this topic when he was up there on stage speaking. And I bet that you're going to be able to too, because in a world where things are just so freaking crazy, so busy, so fast paced, to the highlight reels on social media, to the presence of setting huge ass goals, hitting them, achieve, to all the material things that people are showing, to being surrounded with the right people. Sometimes if you're not careful, it can cause you nothing but stress and anxiety inside. And you can find yourself lacking that inner peace when all we really want to feel inside is true peace. And so we need to protect our inner peace because a life without peace is nothing. You can have all the money in the world. You can have all the things. You can have the cars, you can have the houses, you can have the vacation homes, you can have all of that. You can have all the accolades, all the ranks, all the goals checked off your vision board. But if you don't have peace, you don't have anything. And your life is multiplied by your purpose, not your possessions. And so today, what can we do to make sure that we're protecting our inner peace? I want you to step back and think about this here for a second. When you get still and you get quiet and it's just you and there's no one else around, how are you feeling inside? Do you ever really check in on yourself? Are you feeling peaceful? Are you feeling stress? Are you feeling anxiety? Are you feeling fear? Are you worried? Check in on yourself, because what we want to feel is this inner peace. And so I'm going to go through 5 different things that I came up with that I know will help you be able to find and get closer to having that inner peace. So the first thing I want to give you is to go over this point right here. And this might be a hard one for some of you people pleasers out there. Trust me, I can relate. I lived a life of being a people pleaser, still working on it. Have gotten much, much better over the last 13 years of doing personal development, but it's still there a little bit. So, learning to say no to other people, or just learning to say no in general, and then not feeling freaking guilty about it, right? Time is so precious. And if it's not spent, if it's not something that serves you, then you have got to be okay saying no. You know, you yes people to death. You may be that kind of person where you just always feel like you have to say yes. You always have to go there. When you get invited someplace, you always have to be the one who volunteers. You always have to be the one who raises their hand first when they say, "Oh, I need help with this," or if somebody asks a favor of you, you're always saying yes. And you're yesing people to death because of your people pleasing tendencies. But every time that you say yes to something or someone else, you're saying no to yourself and you're putting yourself on the back burner. No longer give your energy to things that drain you. If you're working on growth and growing yourself as a person, trying to be the best version of yourself that you can be, trying to create your best, most meaningful life possible, and you have some people who aren't supporting you, you might feel bad at first, because I did. That's how I felt when I started my business 10 years ago. You might feel like you're leaving them behind. This is something that I really struggled with when I was first going down this path of personal growth. And I really struggled with this. But guess what? You're not leaving them behind. They're choosing to stay behind. The second tip that I want to give you to being able to get closer and finding that inner peace and coming from that place of inner peace is to just be yourself. I'm talking about your true, authentic self. Listen, there is only one you in this entire world. There's no one else out there who can beat you at being you. There is no one else like you out there. And if you don't show up as your authentic self, then you are robbing the world of being able to experience all the gifts that God has given you. So be yourself and be okay being yourself. And whatever situation you're in, you leave it better than when you found it. And the right people are going to be there with you. The right people will always support you. The right people who are meant to be in your life will be in your life, and that you'll stay in your life. And if they don't, the ones who have come into your life have come into your life for a reason. I believe that. I believe every single person is brought into your life at just the right time for a reason. And some are meant to stay for just a little bit, and some are meant to last a lifetime. The third thing to getting closer to having that inner peace is protecting your mental health, your mind. We're so quick to want to fix the outer layer, the external piece. We're so quick to want to fix the flaws wrong with our body, fix the way your face looks, fix the way your hair looks, fix this, fix that, fix this. And we ignore the most important piece of all, which is our mind, how we think about ourselves, how we feel on a day-to-day basis, the thoughts that are going through our head, your mental health. If you don't have that, it's going to be a struggle. And so doing things to really make you feel good, things like exercising. And listen, you don't have to do anything crazy. Just decide to wake up and go for a walk around the block, right? Get on your bike, go for a little bike ride, play some tennis. It doesn't matter. Just move your body to get those endorphins flowing, drinking more water, eating better, getting more sleep. I'll admit, I need to work on that one a little bit more. Never said I was perfect. Reading and listening and watching things that make you feel better instead of cause more anxiety and stress. I used to, for a long time, I used to love watching like scary movies, even though I was always a big baby. I'd always put my pillow in front of my face and be like, oh my God, I can't watch it. And I'd be blocking my face with the pillow. And it's like, why do you even like this? You don't even watch it. But the point is that I used to spend my time with my husband watching the stuff at night. And then I got to a point in my life where I was like, when I watch that kind of stuff, especially at nighttime, like I don't feel good. I go to bed with my heart racing. I have crazy, scary dreams that I wake up like sweating with anxiety, like someone's chasing me down an alley. And I just don't feel good. And so for me personally, if it's something that's not making me feel good, I really just don't watch it anymore. I love watching things that make me laugh and just get me feeling good, right? So think about the things that you are watching on a day-to-day basis. How is that impacting your mind, your mental health, the thoughts that are flowing through your mind? And who are you surrounding yourself with? Do they bring you up or do they bring you down? When you're with these people and you leave the situation, do you leave it feeling better or do you leave it feeling worse? All of these things go in to your mental health and creating a really good, positive, confident mindset. Number 4, the next thing is gratitude, having gratitude. And I'm talking having gratitude no matter what. Find something to be grateful for, even if it's the tiniest thing, because I know it might be hard right now, and I know it might be stressful, and I know it might feel like, Jesus Christ, is there a light at the end of this tunnel? But there always is, and it could always be worse. And there is always, always, always something that you can be grateful for. I'll give you an example here, a real life example. Well, if you know me and you've been listening to me for a while, or if you just know me personally, you know that 4 years ago, my dad was diagnosed with AML, acute myeloid leukemia. It was this horrendous cancer. It almost killed him. He had to go in for a stem cell transplant. I mean, it's been years and years and years of him still having to go back now and get, blood taken out from all the transfusions that he's had, and it's been a long, long, long journey. He's alive. Thank God he's alive. But just as he was starting to think that things were going to start to get a little bit better, now he started having issues with his kidneys. And he's extremely swollen to the point where it's really hard for him to walk and move around. It's really, really uncomfortable. It's hard for him. He had to go through like an entire month of these infusions, and still it's been almost 3 months now and he has not seen any progress, and he still has to go back from South Carolina to Boston to see his team and see his doctor. And he said the other day, I guess I just need to be thankful that I am still alive. And it's exactly that. It's exactly that way of thinking. In those moments when, and it could be anything, you can apply this to any area of your life where you're struggling right now. Like, I know it can be hard, but there's always something that you can focus on to be grateful for. Even if it's just, you know what? I woke up today. Thank you, God. And if you can choose to just find that little ounce of hope and that little ounce of gratitude, it will help you get through those really hard, stressful times in your life, because you know what? It all passes. It always ends. There's ebbs and flows, there's ups and downs, bumps in the road, but it's not always going to be like that. And number 5, the last one here, to help with your inner peace. This one, I think, to me, is just the most important one. Follow your heart. Listen, I'm giving you permission right now to follow your heart. So I want you to trust yourself, okay? This is boiling down to trust. Trusting yourself. Do you trust yourself? You have to trust yourself. This vision or this thing that's been on your heart, that's been on your mind, it was given to you and only you for a reason. It doesn't matter who does or doesn't believe in it. It's not their vision to have, it's yours. So stop giving your glasses to someone who can't see through them, and stop taking advice from people who have never been successful at what you want to achieve. Listen, if you keep living to please everyone else or keep following what everyone else is telling you should do, then you're going to have regret. And regret is the strongest poison to the soul because you can't do a damn thing about it. So start to listen to your intuition. Really get clear on it. Listen to it. Trust me, if you were gifted this vision, just like one of my mentors said, you were also gifted the resourcefulness to be able to figure it out. So just take an honest assessment of all these different areas in your life and start slowly working to improve where you need to improve, right? You're not going to make all these changes overnight because once you start operating from a true place of peace from within, things in life will start to fall into place much more smoothly. So, just to recap, 5 things that you can do to start to protect your inner peace: learning to say no more often, be yourself, protect your mental health, focus on gratitude, and follow your heart. Listen, thank you so much for listening. You know I love you. I believe in you. I think you're freaking awesome. And I will see you the next time. Bye. Thanks so much for listening in. I really appreciate you choosing to spend your time here with me today. You totally rock. Hey, listen, if you loved today's episode, go ahead and tag me on social and go share this with a friend right now. Like, do it immediately before the day gets ahead of you and you totally forget. Couldn't be more pumped to be on this journey with you guys. Go make today awesome, and I will see you the next time.